Hello student, I welcome you all in this wonderful lecture on English language and literature, and today we are going to study the poem Ulysses written by the great Victorian poet Lord Alfred Tennyson. So let us start the poem. The poem Ulysses is about life's dilemma that brings us closer to a question whether to sit at home and relax or to go and seek or to explore the new world. The poem advocates the philosophy of going outside, the philosophy of adventure. It asks men not to sit at home and just go outside and see how the world actually is. Seek more and more knowledge. The poem actually is a very perfect expression of the desire of man to see what is happening all around the world and not just living the life like animals. And this is basically the main idea behind the poem Ulysses, which has inspired the poet Lord Tennyson a lot. The poem Ulysses is basically a dramatic monologue. A dramatic monologue is a poetic device in which we have a speaker who speaks continuously. They may be listener, but they may or may not respond to his questions, queries, or the kind of emotion he expresses throughout the poem. So, the poem Ulysses actually takes us to the time when Ulysses is already very much old. He is very much old and he is right now living with his wife Penelope in the kingdom of Ithaca as the old aged king of Ithaca. So, in the beginning of the poem, Ulysses is complaining about his life as an ideal king, that he is forced to live by the still hearth in the company of his old wife Penelope, who is not able to inspire to him because of her old age. And in fact, his people, his subjects, they are completely savage. They do not have any kind of appreciation for the greater qualities that Ulysses actually represent throughout his life. And Ulysses, therefore, does not want to stay at home. He wants to go outside and to explore the world. He wants to experience all those things that were actually a part of his life, or that those things that actually he already experienced. Ulysses now recalls to those bygone days when he was actually a young, enthusiastic hero who roamed all around the world and experienced different kind of things. And in fact, sometimes he was alone and sometimes his friends with him. And basically, Ulysses faced throughout his life different kind of challenges. Those challenges sometimes gave him happiness, and sometimes they also gave him sufferings. Pain or whatever suffering the great hero had throughout his life, but the kind of life that he had in the past was actually a very good life according to the great hero Ulysses. He has seen different cities, different men, different climates, councils and government, and wherever he went he was always very much honored. And because of that, Ulysses talks about the past experiences as a kind of treasure actually, which is similar to knowledge. Ulysses, the great hero, also talks about his bravery on the battlefield of Troy. The Troy was actually a very difficult battlefield. Troy, one could not listen except the ringing sounds of those mighty swords of gods and men when they clashed together, and the fierce battles went on all throughout the day on the battlefield of Troy. And Troy was a very difficult battlefield where Ulysses enjoyed fighting with his opponents who were as brave as he himself was. Whatever experiences Ulysses actually had is actually a window to him, a window which actually opens to him the world of knowledge which he is not able to acquire within this life because he is already very much old. He has a very few years to left and he may die soon. So he wants to utilize each and every moment of life in search of knowledge. In order to acquire more and more knowledge, Ulysses expresses his desire to travel. Now we may be wondering who is going to take charge of the kingdom of Ithaca as the new king of Ithaca when Ulysses is actually gone. So Ulysses has his own plan. He wants to give his throne to his son Telemachus. Telemachus is a worthy young man. Telemachus will definitely perform all the kingly duties. He will take care of his wife Penelope, who is actually the wife of Ulysses and the mother of Telemachus. And Telemachus is also a well-loved son of Ulysses, and he will soften the savage people and utilize their energy in the positive way. And in fact, Telemachus is also a very blameless person, and he will also perform the common duties, that is the duties of kingly duties. And also he will also offer adoration to the house of gods. So gods will also be worshipped by the great Telemachus when Ulysses is gone to explore and see the new world. The last part of the poem, Ulysses is addressing his brave mariners, the brave people, the brave fighter who fought with him, who lived with him, and who supported him at every stage of his life. Now, the condition is that they have become old like Ulysses, but Ulysses reminds them that old age also had its own honor and its own thought. Before death, they will do something terrible that will definitely shock the world. Great hero Ulysses now calls upon his brave people. He asks them to come with him to see and explore the new world. It may be possible that they will die, but it may also be possible that they will touch the happy isle and see the great Achilles, the great hero who fought and died in the Trojan War. Though they have lost their old energy and power, but there is something which is still burning in their heart, and that is the desire for knowledge, desire to seek and explore the new world. In the past, they moved the earth and heaven with great might, but now they have become old and aged. They have lost much of their power. But they have still heroic hearts, and with those heroic hearts, though these hearts are made weak by time and fate, they will see and explore the real world. They will strive to seek, and they will never surrender to the destiny at all. So the poem Ulysses expresses actually the greater optimism that one should not be stopping in the life, and one should goes on throughout his life in search of knowledge and wisdom. Thank you very much for listening to the lecture.